Okay, so now for the advanced tutorial, the thumbnail. So we're gonna make a freestyle moments thumbnail, with the help of Shizzy, my friend Shizzy. So he's been getting really good real fast, so props to him for helping me make this, because I'm not the greatest at thumbnails, but I know the basics. He's just gonna help polish it up and actually knows how to use Cinema 4D well. So thanks to him. So we're gonna start off by creating a new file, another 1920 by 1080. Name it. I'll name it advanced. Oop. Thumbnail. And create. Alright, we're not actually gonna do anything black. Like, we're not gonna change it to black like we did with the basic one. So we're gonna start off by actually, I'm gonna do my part in this and I'll hand it over to Shizzy. We're gonna go into the Rocket League. You're gonna open the Rocket League up. You're gonna, if you have a Backus mod, you're gonna want to use it for color changing sometimes, and other times you'll just want reshade. So if you have either of those, you want to download them. We're gonna go to whatever map you want, but you're gonna create a private match. Like we're gonna use for this one, we're gonna go to Champions Field, I believe day. Yes, we'll go Champions Field day, 1v1, no bots, unlimited boost, mutate settings. We're gonna make it match length default, but unlimited boost because I actually want to just rummage around in it, and just go in here. So in some cases we will use a car in the thumbnail. In this case we're not going to, because we wanted to just be a very basic one where it's just the actual field and then we'll add text to it. So I'm gonna just play around in here. You can mess around with it. If you have a bind for saving replay, I think you can make this very easy and just save replay now and then do whatever. So you want to think about, when you're in this private match, you have to think about where you're going to be taking the screenshot of. And so basically, I think we're gonna want it, we're gonna be making it face this way towards the corner, or more likely this way towards the corner. And if you have a color color changer or reshade, we're gonna use those in a little bit. You're gonna face towards wherever you want to. I mean, this is just a good idea. You're gonna move out of that area. Now we check a time right now, 3:56. So we're gonna go to around that time in the replay when we're done with it, and from there we can take the screenshot. Depending on what you're gonna be using to take your screenshot, I'm gonna be using my NVIDIA, but you can use whatever screenshot device you have. You can use Steam if you have Steam. You can, I don't know about any external ones. I guess you can use Xbox Game Bar. I just have the NVIDIA graphics card, or it's not graphics, it's not an RTX, but it's a NVIDIA graphics card. So I can use that to capture it by pressing Alt F1. If you also have an NVIDIA, feel free to use that. Score a goal here, and then I'm just gonna be messing around in this private match right now. And yeah, I'll skip to the actual screenshot in a second. And then so what you're gonna need is Cinema 4D. So for this tutorial, if you need help getting Cinema 4D, ask me, just DM me on Discord or in the comment section below. Just ask me how to get to it. I'll send I'm gonna send a link to a Discord server in the description, and in this Discord server it will be the design den. You can get Cinema 4D R20 Studio Win right here. That'll be the easiest way to get to it. Also, when you're making stuff, this is great. There's a lot of opinions you can get. Like, look at all these people making stuff. It's crazy. I mean, you get positive feedback, so that's good. And then, so once you have Cinema 4D, that's where Shizzy will pick up and teach you how to actually work it. It's way different than if you've ever experimented with a blender or anything like that. It's a different way of controlling things. You can't actually just like pressing the mouse button and move around, but you'll figure it out. And yeah, so once we get the screenshot, we'll put it in here, and Shizzy will step by step go through the Cinema 4D section and how to actually implement get good lighting on it. Okay. Well, once the game ends, you'll be over here. I don't actually have a replay bind button just because it just never worked for me on my keyboard, even if I press backspace. So I'm gonna save replay as advanced thumb tutorial, and if I want to use it later, I'll just go Champions Day. So that'll help me know what it is. We're gonna view now. Okay, so when taking screenshots, I'm gonna take off a few plugins like this one. This is the active in-game speed or something like that. A ball speed plugin. Yep. Okay. So we can go to I'll just go to what I told you guys before. It was like 356 or something like that. Right around here. You can fly. Okay. Go to fly setting. We're gonna want to get low to the ground. See, we're gonna be trying to copy this right here. This is what I'm gonna be trying to copy. So we want to get pretty low to the ground. Once Shizzy, I'm gonna take a picture of one like this. We're gonna go Alt F1. This is how I take my screenshots. It'll take a second, and then it will take it. There you go. Okay, and then now I'm gonna actually go out of here and change replay, and we're gonna find another replay at Champions Field, but in game. Champions Field online. This is a Champions Field night match though. We're gonna take a picture in Champions Field night too, just for the fun of it. We're gonna get pretty much the same angle. There you go. Now that they're gone, we'll probably take a screenshot like right around here. This looks decent. Well, Alt F1. Take the screenshot. And so it should be fine. Well, I'm just waiting for the green bar to show up to make sure it actually clicked in. If I go Alt F1, there we go. Okay. Let's just make sure that it actually downloaded. Let's make sure it actually downloaded. If I go to my videos, broccoli clips, this is just how mine works. Yeah, we got 2 in day, 2 in night. And I'm gonna get another one in the day, but with the boost. I'll come back when I have that. Okay, now that we have 3 screenshots, I didn't show you guys how to do with the bloom and stuff like that with the reshade. If you have it, I used bloom HDR for one of these just for fun, just to see how that looked. So I'm gonna put 1, 2, and then I believe 1, 2, 3. Put these in there. I accidentally did 4, I think. Which one is the same one? Ah, okay. I forgot about that. Okay. But here's the bloom one. I like it best. Makes it brighter. We'll see what Shizzy chooses, because it's up to him. He's better at them than me. So once you have all these in here, you'll have to open up Cinema 4D, which is what you'll need to download first, obviously, and you'll see a few. It depends on which what you do when you download it. You gotta download it the right way. So I'll show you how to. All you gotta do to download it is go to the design den. Helpful tools, Cinema 4D. Open this with WinRAR. You have to have WinRAR. You can download WinRAR on Google, anywhere. It's you'll need it. So yeah. Now we'll see how to do Cinema 4D.
Yo, what's up? Shizzy here with the next part of the tutorial now. Bob showed you how to get your Rocket League screenshots. So once you do that, you're gonna need to make your text, right? Now with more advanced thumbnails, you can't be using the Photoshop 3D feature because it doesn't allow for much customization with your text. So what many designers use is a program called Cinema 4D, and once you get the hang of how Cinema 4D works, it isn't too hard for it to use, but if you're using it for the first time, it may be confusing. Now, you're going to be wanting to use a Lightroom. There's plenty of free ones you can find in the Creative Studio Discord server. And the program can be found in Design Cave. But let me give you a rundown of everything here, because it may be a bit overwhelming at first. So here is all of your objects in your, what do I call it, your field, right? But we're only going to be adjusting these. So in Cinema 4D, you have your 2D layers and your 3D layers. And what you're gonna, this comes in later because you're gonna need to render them all separately. Then you have your wrap, which I'll explain in a second, but what we're gonna be doing is a freestyle moments. So down here, you select both the 2D and the 3D, and you can edit the text. And we get freestyle, then moments, we can stay the same. And then you can select all 4 and choose a font. And you don't want to do, for a simple thumbnail, you don't want to be doing something too crazy, right? You want to find a font that it needs to be readable. One of these is usually what you're going to see, or similar fonts. So let's just choose a font quickly. So once you have your font, you're going to want to center it in the middle of your screen here. This tool on the top right is to move around. Control-Shift-Z to undo any camera movements you make. This tool is to zoom in and out. And this tool is to look around. Yeah. So you can adjust the depth of your 3D layers here with this. So if we look back at our screenshot here, it's facing forward, a bit angled. You just want to get your text to match screenshot. So just find something that looks good. Up here is where you choose to either move, scale, or rotate, and you can do Control Z to undo any of those. And this should be fine for this thumbnail, is freestyle moments, and you can even go above here and add a episode number to it. We can do freestyle moments 1. Move it a bit outwards using that down, and make it a bit smaller. Okay, so it blends in now, but it won't eventually. So I forgot to explain what this does. This basically bends the text. You can adjust change how wide it bends, and how much, I don't know, it's just whatever. So then to render your text, make sure you turn save off. Then you want to render each one of these 5 individually. So starting with the number 1. So then you just want to go through all of them and do that. So now that you rendered all your text and we have it placed in Photoshop, you can see this already. Actually, it's here, so we're gonna start working on it. Starting with layer styles is probably what you're gonna want to start with. So a few things first. Make sure that you have the text closest to you or in front, closer to the foreground, on top. So even though the moments is below over here, you want it on top over here because it needs to be on top. And right, so we're gonna start with the 2D layer styles first. So I already have some pre-made layer styles, so you just gotta find one that looks nice on your thumbnail. I think that one looks alright. Maybe just a little bit. And what you're usually gonna do is be using the same layer style on both text 2Ds. And with the 3D layer styles, you want to make it darker. So the 2D, we are going to add a shadow below our text to make it fit in more with the thumbnail. You want to ellipse your brush and then increase the size so that it looks more natural. Get a black brush, create a new layer, draw in your shadow. You can always erase more often. You can't add more in later. So then, right, we have our, you want to adjust the opacity, because shadows are never pitch black. See, so now that gives off the effect. It's above, so it has a shadow. Yeah. Now, this is very simple, so we should probably add some color onto our text. So, just create a new layer. This is one way to color text. create a new layer. And then get a color on the new layer and just color over it. Then set it to overlay or whatever blending mode works. Okay. Then find it and then magic wand tool. Cut it out. See, so now we have red text. But, say you don't like the color, you can Control U to bring up this hue saturation menu and change the color. We could do like a purple or like a nice blue. I feel like blue looks nice, so we will go with blue. And then for the bottom one, we can do the same thing. Create a new layer. And then Control U to change your color. We can do any color we want. Orange, green. Usually you want to have them be different colors so that it doesn't actual different colors, I guess. Okay, so what we will do next is some effects onto our thumbnail, because while you could say this is done, it is very, very plain, and it just isn't. You just need more to a thumbnail than that. So one very simple thing you can do is get behind our text with a new layer. Ellipse the brush again. Do, I would say, less than we did before, but still a decent amount. Then increase the size more than we did last time. Make your brush white. So now it makes the text pop out more, right? You can adjust the opacity of that however you like. Okay, now we're gonna add some shading onto our text. So go above each and then add a new layer. And you're gonna need a black and white brush. So then make it pretty small, but not like too small. Then get a black brush and just color some shading onto the blue layer, onto our blue text. And we do the same thing, just put that out. Whoops. Just put that out. Adjust the opacity so it's not as dark. Now that makes it so the lighting, it just makes more sense realistically. Because if the light was coming from the top, there would be shadows on the bottom of our text. So do that again. For our red, erase a bit off the edges and then adjust our opacity. Okay, so now that that's done, we will add some lighting. So repeat what we did before. Just put with a white brush on the top of our text. This one down a bit more. want the white to be too overwhelming. For a simple thumbnail, I guess, it's basically pretty much done. You can add texture to your text if you want, but I feel like sometimes you don't need to go make it too complicated. So we're gonna open a graphic design pack so we can get some color correction on this. But we're not gonna do that then, we're gonna flatten the image. Duplicate it onto itself. We're gonna Gaussian blur this to about 4, 5, then switch the mode. The light in this adds a nice glow, and you can go into it with a zero hardness brush and eraser it, or where you don't want the glow to be. Now we are going to Gaussian blur this one last time. And this time we're just gonna leave it and have it add depth for a thumbnail. So leave it a bit blurry down here at the bottom. Add it so it's like gives the effect that it is out of focus for a hypothetical camera taking this picture. Okay, then we will grab our color correction. And this pack has 40, actually my bad, 64 of them, and you just want to find one that looks good. I think number 3 looks fine, I guess. Now we combine all of these layers, and we're gonna do camera raw filter. Just wanna experiment a bit, see what you think looks good.
And again, a big thank you to Shizzy for helping me out on this one, because I'm not great at thumbnails and he is very good. So thank you to Shizzy. And yeah, so you made your first very good thumbnail if you followed the tutorial. And if not, change the colors, mix around everything, but now you know the basics of how to make it. When I first started making thumbnails, I just watched a speed art tutorial and then tried to copy it from there. So from there I've made a few thumbnails that haven't been great, but you know, I didn't really actually know how to do it. So this is great learning experience. Overall, I mean, this is very professional looking, and you can be proud of this. Alright, and thank you. We'll be doing headers next, I think, and then Fukushima style work maybe after that. Let me know in the comments if you have anything different that you want to do.